What's up, everybody? Y'all know my daggone pressure washer's on automatic. I can't pull the trigger. Let me get the soap off the screen. Let that soak just a little bit. Let me clean the screen off. Hold on tight. Ooh. Yo, 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 what's up? This John from Judge Innovation Garage in the Peach Capital of the state, baby. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody's doing great. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, I hope everybody's doing great, having a great day. Day is Friday. It's 44 degrees here. I don't know what it is where y'all at, but it feels like it's 44 degrees. We're gonna let that, look, Holly done come out. What you doing, fat boy? What you doing? We're gonna let that, let me sit down for just a second. We're gonna, let's see what Holly's doing. Hollywood. All right, let's check up on the cat. Let's check up on the chat. Andrew, Gary, Elko. Yeah, Mac. Yeah. That's right. Clean it up. Man, Tulu, that thing's good. And look, the soap that I'm using is that Walmart soap right there. That's what I'm using, that Walmart soap. All right, let's see. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Today is Friday. What's up, Isaiah, from Baja? Here, let me tell you something. Right quick. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel. No religion, no politics. If you're bringing that in here, them guys with them wrenches, bam, I get y'all gone. No religion, no politics. We got enough of that shit thrown in our face every day, regurgitated echo chamber. I'm not listening to it here, and the people that are in this chat, they don't want to see that crap neither, so take it somewhere else. Gone. So, let me tell you something, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody that's on the fence about Sniper 2 fuel injection system, Sniper 2 fuel injection system, it was 44 degrees this morning, and I hit the key standing outside, and that sun gun came right on. Fired right up. So, yeah. And I actually cranked it up. I started it up, and I pulled it straight out and turned it off right there. And I got it at an angle, so when I pressure wash the bed out, I can get everything out. So somebody's going to say, don't let that soap dry on that truck. Well, it's a 1982 with original paint. I don't think it's really going to hurt it. It's 36 here. Yeah, it's 44 here this morning, Mike. So we got this cleaned up. Let me give y'all a little update on everything that's going on. Let me turn these lights out. We don't need these stinking lights. All right. Fire it up, fire it up. I got to figure out what's wrong with my pressure washer. It's automatic. But let me give you a little update. I'm not going to wash underneath the hood, but it's got a Sniper 2. What's up, Angie? What's up, Tulu? It's got a Sniper 2 on it. It fired right up this morning. I mean, hit right on the damn key. Right on the damn key this morning. Right on the damn key. I got to go get a breather for it. We're going to flush the radiator out. I checked the brake fluid. I done put a half a quart of oil in it. I put a half a quart of transmission fluid in it. And if anybody knows anything about square bodies and power windows, I cleaned inside out. Y'all see that window's open? Y'all know why that window's open? Notorious. Square bodies and power windows suck. And the reason why they suck is because Chevrolet didn't put no relay in there, so it is pulling so much current that it's hard to close. So we're gonna go over and see if we can close it before we pressure wash this joint. I cleaned out behind the seat. He had some targets. Somebody had some targets in here. I put them back, but we're gonna see if we can get that window raised up. And right there is where I put the Sniper 2. Yes. Yeah, right there. Yes, it does, Nathan. It does, Nathan. And there's the Sniper 2 control unit right there out of the way, but still where the driver can see it. And let's go over here and see if we can. I appreciate everybody tapping in this morning. It's 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. But let's see if we can get this window to roll up without cranking this thing. Oh, there she goes. Let's let it rest. Let me help it some. Yeah, it's slow motion for damn sure. Let me help it. That's where it was at when he brought it. That's where it was when he brought it to me right there. You can see it's off the track. But, all right. That's better than nothing. I keep a little bit of water off of it. I bring it. Hey, bring it. I'll do it. If y'all want to know how I got internet, right there's how I got internet. If y'all want to know how I have internet and cell phone service, right there. I put my own tower up. I put my own damn tower up. You can't do that. Yes, I can. That's private property. Private property. No, dude, this ain't state property. Lock them up. That's what she said. She said, I need somebody to push the button while you push it. All right, let's, you need, yeah. Lock them up. All right, so I'm gonna put the state property. This ain't state property. So we're gonna put this mystery tip back in the pressure washer, and we're gonna pressure wash the truck, and we're gonna try to make it look a little bit nice. What's up, Nelson? What's up, Bridget? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, boys and girls. I've been taking some allergy medicine, and let me tell you something, man. If this what cottonmouth feels like, woo! And I didn't say cockmouth, I said cotton, C-O-T-T-O-N. So don't even bring that shit in here. I didn't say cockmouth, I said cotton, C-O-N-T-T-O-N. That shit your underwear is made out of. I'm just letting y'all know. I know it's hard for y'all to understand what I say, but so let's go down here and put this little tip in here. What's up, Carolina Big? What's up, John Buchanan? You mean silk? I mean nothing. I commando, baby. All right, we got that bad boy on. Now this sun gun right here is gonna go off like a bottle rocket. So we're gonna have to secure it. Look, Holly sits right there. Let me tell y'all something. Holly sits right there and looks at the ceiling. Look at him. Look at him. I think he's tripping. Look, he sits right there for hours looking at the ceiling. I don't know what the hell he's looking at or who he's looking at. He might be looking at Casper the Ghost, but he sits right there for hours and just looks up at the damn ceiling. I don't know what the hell he's looking at, but he is what it is. Ah, she probably gonna crank. I told you that something's going. I told you it'd go off like a bottle of rocks. I told you. I told you it'd go off like a damn bottle rocket. It goes off something like you meant. That's how some of you two-pump chumps go off. Pew! Bring it on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, nasty. Ooh. I was gonna get, I got to get him some windshield wipers, but he told me not to worry about it. I said, all right. Back to work. What's up, 84?
see what I was talking about? Look, you see why I said put that wax on there? Look where that water's dripping at. That water is dripping right on the damn sending unit. Look where that water's going. See it? It's dripping right on that damn sending unit. That's why you put that wax on there, boys and girls. Boy, she getting a bam. Boy, she getting a whole damn. Look at that dirt. What? Look at that. Y'all see what I was talking about? See that sending unit right there? See the sending unit? And then that water drips right on top of it. That's why you put that wax on there. Look, I'm doing this one-handed. Boy, he might get a little bit of buttermilk in this thing tonight. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. Boy, cleaning up, boy. It's cleaning up. We do this one time, then we hit it with a rag. Sheesh. Well, I can't wait to get on that right there. I can't wait to get on that. Boy, look at that right there, boy. See, boys, if you wash y'all's asses, you never know what might, man, you might get some attention. Walking around here with the dirty D. Man, ain't nobody gonna do nothing with no dirty D. Don't y'all know better than that shit? Let's drop this tailgate. Oh yeah, Gary, this thing's loaded, man. Now, he didn't ask me to do this. He didn't ask me to wash it. That's what you do. That's good business. That's good business. He got a dent right there, but ain't nothing I couldn't fix. I'm cleaning it. You got to give it back better than it looked. He didn't tell me not to wash it. He didn't tell me I couldn't wash it. He didn't tell me to wash it, but I'm washing it. I want a before and after picture. Mac, you know better than that. We in the business of making money, baby. If I find me another G-body like that right there, I'm cutting the fucking roof off of it. I'm making a convertible out of it. Some of it's coming off good, some of it ain't. Yeah, he didn't want to put 2 tanks back on it. He just wanted to put 1 back on it. So We just about done, gang. We just about done, people. I'm gonna wash it with a rag next. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit this side with a rag. Let's catch up on these daggone messages. I appreciate that, Carolina Big. I swear. Always got backseat quarterbacks. Always got backseat quarterbacks. All right. Always got backseat quarterbacks. I'll wash it. I'll hand wash it next, but I ain't gonna do that on live. But I will show you. I'm not gonna wash the engine bay. I will get up there and wash that, but I'm not gonna wash the engine bay because I don't know what can get wet and what can't get wet because I don't know this truck. I don't know this truck, but I do know what I did. So little, oh yeah. I got to right here. See this hole right here? See that hole right there? This thing cranked right up and backed right out without even a throttle cable hooked up. But let me show you what I gotta do. Let me show you what I gotta do. So, I took Jimmy cracked corn. Jimmy cracked corn, and I don't care. Jimmy cracked corn. Oh, here it is. So, this right here, this was bolted right there. See that hole right there? That's where that goes, and that's where the throttle linkage hooks, right? So let me show you. So this little thing right here, this little thing right here is very, very hard to find. So on the instructions, it says that this needs to be hooked right there on that pin right there, that bolt hole right there. Some of them can go right there, but we can't go to right there
because that don't fit that as well, right? And then your cable will kind of be cattywampus and be at an angle. You want your cable to be as straight as possible with no interference, right? So we want to go right there. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to take a drill bit. I'm going to have to open that hole up. I'm going to take a drill bit and open this hole up and put that in there like that. Put some blue Loctite on it and bolt that right there. And what that's going to do, that is going to let us put the factory pin. That's going to let us put the factory pin back on the carburetor cable, and then it'll be good as snuff and half as dusty. So that's why you don't throw shit away, because that's where that needs to be right there. You can't put, somebody's gonna say, well, why don't you just put a bolt in it like that? Well, if you do that, then it's gonna be cattywampus, right? So it needs to be straight. So I'm just gonna drill that hole out just a little bit so that will fit, and then we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go on that, and it'll be ready for a test drive after I flush the radiator out. We got to flush the radiator out too. So I'll go down here. It's 10:30. I'll go down here and I'll show you, boys and girls, what it's all about to have fuel injection. So this is a Sniper 2. I'm gonna close this out. We're gonna hit this thing. We're gonna let it run for just a few minutes, and then we're gonna turn it off. So this is what this is. Oh, I know that. Yeah, it's chicken day today, baby. All right, so this is what this is right here. It is the Holley Sniper 2 system. Quick start, EFI. What's up, Nukem? That's what we got right here. And this kit right here is the HyperSpark. This one here has the HyperSpark, which is really, really nice. I like it. The HyperSpark, you get the throttle body, you get the O2 sensor, you get the water temperature, you get the billet distributor, you get the fuel assembly, you get all the fuel stuff for the fuel pump, lines, clamps, all that. You get the power distribution module, which everything plugs into this. You get the HyperSpark coil, and you get the HyperSpark ignition. And also you get this output ground where you can run fans or whatever you want to run on it. And then you got extra 3 pins where you can run 2 5-pin relays, and you can run all the grounds off of that. Yeah, this is really, really nice. And this right here is actually this. And it all plugs and play. There's no more pulling wires to the fuse box. It's actually that right there. It's actually that right there. So this is the PDM, the power distribution module. That's the HyperSpark. There's the coil, there's the fuel regulator, and there's the unit. Now somebody said the other day, look at that wiring. Well, you know what? Look at this. See that? I followed the existing wiring harness of the truck on the back of the firewall. That's where he said he wanted me to run it. He didn't want me to hide it or nothing like that, because it's a work truck. He's going to use it to pull his horse trailer. So it's all good in the neighborhood. Those wires right there, those are the extra wires if he wants to run fans, or if he wants to put a transmission cooler fan on here. I even told him if he wanted to put a transmission cooler fan on here, we could put a transmission cooler fan on, and then we could wire up the Holley system to activate the fan when the transmission fluid got above 140 degrees. And he's like, no shit. And I was like, yeah. So I said, if you want to run a remote oil cooler or a remote transmission cooler and run those 2 fans, we can wire those 2 fans up to the PDM, which is the wires in that bundle right there. And then we can put sensors. We can put another sensor in the engine, a temperature sensor. And when the engine hits, 180 degrees or 160 degrees, we can tell it to turn on the fans to cool the transmission fluid and the oil down. And he's like, no shit. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, man, that's pretty cool. I said, yeah, I did that on my son's truck. On my son's truck, I put an oil cooler on it and a transmission cooler on it and wired the fans up. So when the transmission fluid gets to 165 degrees, the fans come on. And then when the when the engine gets up to 180 degrees, the fan comes on and cools the oil down. A remote oil cooler and a remote transmission cooler. And he's like, dude, that is so freaking cool, man. I was like, yeah. So he's gonna be pulling horse trailers and pigs and all that other bullshit. And I said, man, you're gonna have to put a transmission cooler on this thing to keep the transmission fluid cool, because right now the transmission fluid is running through the radiator or radiator, and that's gonna make the engine run hotter. So let's put a remote transmission cooler. This thing already has a remote oil cooler on it. It runs through the radiator as well. I said, let's put a remote oil cooler and a remote transmission cooler and get it out of the radiator, and that will bring down your engine temperature, and then you can isolate your oil temperature and your transmission fluid temperature, and then you can put auxiliary fans on both of those, and we can run it through the PDM, and you can control it in the handheld. And he said, yeah, sounds good to me. All right, boys and girls, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna hit the key. I'm gonna show you. Look, y'all know it's cold. We've been damn live. Now watch this. Got the emergency brake on. She's in park. Turn the key on. Sniper 2 system comes on. Once it comes on, the fuel pump is primed. Let's hit it. Just like that. Hit on the key. Hit on the key. No more pat pat. No more pat pat. No more pat pat. So, let me catch up on the comments for just a second, and let me see what everybody's got going on. Yeah, that right there is fire, ain't it, Tulu? That fire. Let me catch up on the comments right quick. Let me turn this camera around. What do you want, fat boy? What? What is it? You good? Don't be talking, don't be mumbling and talking off like a youngin'. I'll smack the shit out of you. You gonna say it, say it. Don't walk off and mumble that shit. You know. All right, boys and girls. It's actually, it's not a carburetor whiskey. It's actually a Sniper 2 system. Looks like a carburetor, but it ain't a carburetor. I'm good. I'm good. I hope everybody else is good. All right, boys and girls, it's 10:30. Let's check up on the comments and see what everybody else is doing. He's definitely coming back for future. Well, I hope so, Nathan. That's what I try to do. I try, Shadow. I appreciate that, Angie. What's it in for? Dylan, we just put a Sniper 2. Go back and watch some of the old videos this week. We put a Sniper 2 Hyper Spark bundle kit in that 1982 square body dually big block, 454 big block. Welcome to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and cut that hose and reconnect it. Yeah, I fixed it. Yeah, crispy chicken. Yeah, I got a double tap. Appreciate that, Carolina. I really do. Look, there's Tina. Look, there's TT. Look at her. What is he doing? Eating Speedy Dry. That's a hen, man. That's a hen. That's a hen. Yeah, Tina hiding for Ike. Yeah, let's go. I'll show you. That's a damn hen. It's dark in here because I got lights off. Where'd she go? That's a hen, man. Ain't no rooster. That's a damn hen. All right, boys and girls. Look, is that left eye? Is that left eye? I gotta do some serious cleaning today. All right, boys and girls. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Yeah, left eye. Yeah, one of the, yeah, I had 3 brown chickens. They were all TLC. Left eye Lopez. Yeah, I had them all. One of them only got one eye because they got in a fight, and one of them popped the other one's eyeball out, and she's got one eye. Right there. So they named them TLC. Named them TLC. And then the speckled one, her name was Hattie. She died. And then we had Jebediah. We had a rooster. His name was Jebediah. He had a peg leg. He was like a fucking pirate. His leg wouldn't bend. His leg wouldn't bend. There was something wrong with his leg. And when he walked like a damn pirate. You ought to seen him, the damnest thing. He'd jump on them hens' back and his leg be stuck straight out. One leg be stuck straight out, and he'd be trying to do the 2-pump chunk. Funny as hell. Yeah, funny as hell. Yeah. No, I eat the eggs. I don't eat the damn chickens. See, you the dummy on Survivor when they give y'all chickens. You're like, hey man, let's cook this chicken. You're like, the son of a gun gives you eggs. Sometimes you get 2 eggs a day, but you want to eat the damn chicken that gives you an egg. Then you ain't got nothing. Keep the chicken, feed the chicken, get the egg. Eat 1 egg a day and you'll make it. You'll make it. Look, there's another one right there, look. There's another one. Yeah, the damnest thing I ever seen on Survivor, they give you chickens and shit, and they eat the damn chickens. I'm like, you dumbass. You had hens that lay eggs. I mean, so these chickens right here, I think they lay like 325 eggs a year, somewhere around plus or minus. And they lay the big brown eggs. Now, that Polish hen, Tina, TT, she lays that little bitty egg, not the size of a quail egg, but it's a little bitty egg. And she only lays like 1 every couple of days. So I don't know how many I've actually found her in the road. She was actually sitting on the white line one day. I thought somebody had run over something. So I always stop and see what roadkill is. I always stop. And I always stop and get turtles out of the road. I got another turtle out of the road yesterday. That makes 98 for the year. So if I see a turtle in the highway, I stop, I get the turtle, I set it to the side and let him go on. So yesterday was number 98 for turtles that I saved from getting run over in the road. It's just something that I do. And then this chicken was sitting on the damn white line, and I was like, what the hell is that? Because I seen the white feathers. And I'm a bird hunter, so I pulled over, and she was just sitting there on the damn white line, just sitting there. I picked her up, brought her home, throwed her in the bunch with them chickens, and have at it. Oh, yeah, me too. I got a turtle tattoo on my hand right there. See? And I got my boy's name tattooed in it. O-W-E-N. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yard eggs, man. So check this out. Look, there's another one right there. Look. There's another one. So check this out. If you don't believe, now I don't feed them chickens. I mean, like they'll get like some bread or some scrap or like some sneaky snacks or some shit. But we feed them eggshells. So we take the eggshells from the chickens and we crunch them up, and then I bake them, and then I put them up. And then with the eggshells, you feed the eggshells back to the chickens, and that gives them calcium. So their shells, their eggshells, are not thin and brittle and break. So it makes them stronger. Then I take the eggshells that I crunch up and I keep. And then in the springtime, when I plant my garden, I put 1 tablespoon of eggshells in every hole for every plant. Tomatoes, whatever I'm planting, I take 1 tablespoon of eggshells, put it in the hole, then put the plant in the hole, and then cover it up. That calcium will help it develop strong root growth, and it will make it solid. And man, that's gonna grow up like some, oyster shells are good too. Yeah, real hillbilly. Yeah, oyster shells are good, but I don't have oyster shells. I don't live at the beach. If I lived at the beach, I'd use oyster shells, but I don't have oyster shells. But yes, because the calcium in it. Yep, the calcium in it. But yeah. So I mean, and when I grow all my plants, man, my tomato stalks, they'll be that big around, please. Okay, Nukem. Everybody send Nukem's dad some positive vibes. Look at Hollywood, big fat donkey ass. Look at him. Look at him. Oh yeah. So back to what I was saying. Store bought. Wild. Eggs like I'm talking about. When you cook a cake or a pie or anything, it'll say store bought eggs, 4 eggs, and it says organic or free range eggs, 2. Now explain to me this: if you got to use 4 eggs from the store, 4 large eggs from the store, but you can only have to use 2 eggs if they're farm raised eggs, that right there should tell you there's a difference. Also, the yolk in a yard egg is orange. It is as orange as that wheel right there. Orange as that wheel. A store-bought egg is yellow. It's cause it's corn fed. It's feed fed. So the yolk at a store-bought egg is yellow. The yolks from the eggs in organic or wild eggs or eggs that I get are as orange as that damn wheel right there. Yeah, tomato stalks. Yeah, tomatoes. Tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. You make spaghetti sauce, you make salsa, you make vegetable beef sauce for soups, you make tomato stock, you make ketchup, tomatoes. 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 Ooh. All right, boys and girls, y'all know I like to run these lives at 60 minutes with 53 minutes. So anybody got anything pressing, drop it down in the chat. Let's talk about it. If not, we got about 6 minutes and we're going to end this live. And I'm going to finish cleaning up. And, well, it's just like with wild animals too. So if I harvest a wild deer, if I harvest a deer, and I go to process that deer, and the fat on that deer is yellow, then that tells me that that deer been eating a lot of corn fed. It's been in somebody's corn pile, and the fat on the deer, the fat substance on the deer will be real thick, and it'll be yellow. It's because it's corn fed. If I harvest a deer that has been eating on acorns and nuts and berries and shit like that, the fat will be white. It will be like a white color. It won't be yellow. It'll be white. And also, the fat is actually better when you bake the fat down to make talon. The fat's actually better, and it's not with all that corn. So. What? Carburetor do you have on that engine is a Holley or a Hendry? I don't understand what you're saying. carburetor do you have on that engine in a Holly or a block? I don't understand what you're asking me. If you're just gonna do it 1 or 2 times, I just buy that $15, $20 paint gun, use it 2 or 3 times, and throw it in the trash. How should I All right, let me ask you a question, real hillbilly. Are you asking me the carburetor that's on that big block? You're asking me, is it a Holly or an Elderbrock? Is that what you're asking me? I just buy one of them $20, $15, $20 Harbor Freight guns, man, and let it run. Then when you get done with it, throw it away. Okay. I think that's what he's asking. I'm gonna try to decipher what you asking me. This truck here does not have a carburetor on it. This truck had a Quadrajet carburetor on it. The client wanted to get rid of the carburetor system and put fuel injection on it. This is fuel injection. Let me walk down here and I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. This is a carburetor. This is a carburetor. This right here is a Quadrajet. This is what was on the truck. The customer did not want a carburetor no more. The client, he wanted to put fuel injection on it. So I told him what we had to do. I ordered the kit. This is not a carburetor. It looks like a carburetor, but it's fuel injection. See, Sniper EFI, electronic fuel injection. It looks like a carburetor, but it's fuel injection. It's like a throttle body system, right? Like a TBI unit. That's kind of what it's similar to, but it's more efficient than a TBI. So this right here is a fuel injection unit. It came with the new Billet Hyperspark distributor, which is right there. So I changed the distributor. There's a new Hyperspark coil, has a fuel pressure regulator. This right here, the computer is in here, right here. The computer's right there. This is the, like the MSD box, but it's not MSD because Holly bought out MSD. So this is the Spark modular, and this is a power distribution module where everything plugs up. There's no more pulling wires to the fuse box. I made him a stud, and this is the ground for the unit, and then there's the power for the unit. And then I hit all the wires nice and neat. And then the unit, it's not bad at all, dude. It's like 4 or 5 wires, man, and it's over with. It's done. And then here is the handheld. So here's the handheld, where it tells you everything right there. You can, if it had electric fans on it, you could tell fan 1 to come on, fan 2 to come off, the AC shut off. I can set up everything in here, and it's real simple, but I'm not gonna mess with it right now because I already got it set up. It's just touch screen. So you just touch it and do whatever you want to do whatever. So pretty much that's it. How about is the wiring? The wiring's not bad at all. Let me show you. It's pretty simple. I mean, literally. Let me turn the light back on so I can show you. All right, so this one has a Sniper 2 system on it as well, but this one is running the HEI distributor. So basically same concept. But the one in the dually, so let me show you. Let me take a time and I'm gonna show you. So this one right here, you only have to hook up the red wire, the pink wire, the yellow wire, the blue wire, and the black wire, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So the red wire is 12-volt battery, which is to the battery. The pink wire is to a 12-volt key source. The pink wire is to a 12-volt key source. Let me turn it. The wind's blowing. Let me just show you in here. Let me show you in here. Let me explain this to you, and then we'll end this out. All right, so right here. So if you're not going to do the HyperSpark, right? So if you're not going to do the HyperSpark, and you're just going to do just the regular unit, right? The regular unit. So I'm going to show you what the regular unit looks like, and this is pretty much simple. So, all right. So here's the regular unit. Right here. No timing control and no coil, right? So basically you got the throttle body, you got the O2 sensor, and you got the water sensor. Then this plugs into the wiring harness. The wiring harness plugs up. Then you run the yellow wire to your coil, right? Then you have your relay and your fuse, and then your wiring harness. And all this is pre-wired, so all you got to do is just follow the directions. The blue wire goes straight to the fuel pump on the positive side of the fuel pump. The red wire goes straight to the battery, and then the ground from the fuel pump goes straight to the battery, and then the sniper system goes straight to the battery. That's pretty much it. And then when you go through the handheld and you do a little setup, you just tell it what you got, stock engine, stock cam, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty self-explanatory. And also, it actually tells you in the book. I love these things, man. I've done put on several. So all you got to do is just right here. Step 1, you turn the screen on. Step 2, you hit Sniper Wizard. Step 3, Sniper 2. Step 4, you tell it whether it's a 4-cylinder, a V6, or a V8. Then you tell the displacement, 454. Then you hit your target speed, or target idle speed, 850, right? And then you go to the next page. Then you tell it what cam you got. Stock, street, race. We got a stock cam. Turbos. Nope, no turbos. You're using a coil, so you click the coil. Then you skip this part, and then bam, you turn the key off, you turn it off. The fuel pump comes on, you're done. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, literally, that's pretty much it. If you have the HyperSpark, then you click the HyperSpark, and then it brings you to this, and it says, do you have the standard HyperSpark or HyperSpark ready to run? You click on HyperSpark, depending on which one you have, you click on that, and then if you go to HyperSpark standard, then you go down here and you put 32-degree timing at wide open. Bam, the software's done. You turn the key off, the key comes back on. 2.5 seconds later, if the fuel pump comes on, you're done. All right, now, here's something else I'll show you. So, right here, you just run the wire to the HEI distributor, or you run the wire over to the coil. So the Impala has a HEI distributor. It does not have the PDM. All right, so let me show you what the PDM is. The PDM is super nice, super nice. So here is the PDM. The PDM is the power distribution module, right? So basically, you don't pull no wires nowhere to the fuse box or nothing. Everything is in this box right here. Everything is in this box. So the only thing you have to do is hook up your power. Only thing you got to do is hook up your power wire straight to the battery. Straight to the battery. Your ground wire straight to the battery. Then you just plug everything in, like the fuel pump, fuel pump. Fuel pump ground, fuel pump ground. Fuel pump trigger, number 3. Sniper, number 4. Sniper main power, number 5. Sniper output points, we're not using that one on that one, so we don't even have to hook that one up. Fan trigger, we're not using a fan trigger because he's using mechanical, but if you was using fan, you would run the fan trigger there. Then the Sniper 2 ground, bam, you're done. Then you got pin 9, 10, and 11. Pin 9 is an auxiliary for another relay. Number 10 is an auxiliary for another relay. And number 11 is the grounds for pin 9 and pin 10. All right, then you come over here to this side here. You got the ignition main ground, which comes right out of this box. It's a plug and play. And all you got to do is make your grommet, bam, you're done. Then you got your white, bam. Your red, bam. Your ignition, bam. 12-volt key source. You have to run that wire over to your 12-volt key source. But here's a trick. If you're running an HEI distributor, all you gotta do is just pull that wire out of the distributor. That's your 12-volt key source. Crimp it, grom it, and sweat it over. Put a shrink wrap on it, and you're done. If you're running electric fans, you run your fan on 17 and 18, and you're done. What could you use? 2 amps. 2 amps is the trigger of 5-pin relay. See, a lot of people wire up relays wrong. And that's a whole nother topic. I'm not going to try to confuse nobody. A lot of people wire up relays wrong and then burn up. I activate my relays on ground. And on the ground side, it doesn't take a lot of amps. So Holley is based on ground triggers, right? So let me show you this little thing right here that's on the, let me show you this thing that Holley has come up with. It's called a 4-pin relay and a 2-pin relay. They are super nice, super nice. So this, see right here, here's where I'm using my 12-volt key source in the Holley right here. So the Holley is connected to this 12-volt key source. So when the key turns on, the handheld comes on, right? The handheld comes on. We're going to get back on this next week. But this one has electric fans, right? So with the electric fans, you get that you upgrade and you get this module, right? So this is a 2-channel module, right? So y'all check this out. 2-channel relay module, 7566-2, and then they have a 4-channel relay module, which is 7566-4. And basically what this thing is, it is the cat's meow. So all you have to do is run your 12-volt power source right there, and then you run your wire from whatever you want to trigger. So we want to trigger fan 1, so this is fan 1. So you run your power wire from fan 1, from here to fan 1. And then this right here is the trigger wire. This is the low 2 amp trigger wire from the computer. So this right here is set up in the handheld. This is the negative side of the trigger. See right there? It says negative side of the trigger. I always use everything on the negative side. So what happens is, this one right here, this is a 40 amp relay. The problem what Holley's having is these aftermarket fans are pulling more than 40 amps. And when you run it through, so if I was going to use this as the trigger wire, the Holley system can handle a 40 amp fan, one fan, 40 amps. But the problem is these aftermarket fans are pulling way more voltage than that, and they're messing up. So Holley come out with this thing right here. So you're not using this wire to go and trigger the ground side on the fan. You're actually using it through the relay, so you're not pulling a lot of voltage through the computer and burn the computer up, right? So this trigger wire right here is actually the ground side to trigger this relay to tell this fan. Now I have this other wire right here, this ground wire from the fan. I have it grounded to the chassis. So it's double grounded there. And then this is the trigger wire from the computer. This right here is the sensor for the computer, right? All right. So this is the sensor for the computer. So then what you can go through is you can go into the handheld and you can program fan 1 to come on at 185 degrees. So when this sensor hits 185 degrees, it sends a low voltage signal from here through the computer to here and say, hey, look, we need the fan to come on. It triggers this relay comes on, this fan comes on. Fan 1 is on, she's running, okay? Now, we have another fan that's right here. So it's on the secondary fan number 2. So also we go in the handheld and we program the handheld. Hey, look, I want fan number 2 to come on at 195. So when this sensor hits 195, this right here says, hey, we need this fan to come on. It sends a signal to this line right here. This line right here completes the circuit, turns this relay on because it's already got the voltage and the ground. Bam, fan number 2 comes on. And there you go. And it's all in that nice little box right there. And it's got 2 LED lights. And if it's green, it's good. If it's red, it's bad. So here's something else you can do. Let's say you got something that's pulling a shitload of amps and you need 80 amps. So what you need to do is you see that bus bar right there? You take that bus bar out and now you have an 80 amp relay, and you take both of your trigger wires for whatever you're running and you split them and you put them on this one and on this one. So whenever it asks for it, it activates both sides, and now you have 80 amp relay. Holley also has a 4-channel, so you have 4 40 amp relays. So you can actually divide it down and have 2 80 amp relays to run whatever. And whatever you run in 80 amps, that's hell of a big. Yeah, so this right here is a Blueprint 350, 400 horse, 400 foot-pounds of torque. This is the Holley's new mid-mount front side. This is the Holley's new mid-mount assembly right here. There is no brackets. Everything's bolted to the water pump. And this is all based off of LT2, LT4 or some crap. I don't know, I have to look. And yeah, right here. It's based off the LT1, LT1. And it's the mid-mount. So, yeah. So, boys and girls, I appreciate it. Distribution weight and springs combo can get difficult to get timing. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you try to lock out a distributor at 32 degrees, that's hard as hell to get 32 degrees. It's hard as hell to get 32 degrees. If you do it digitally, it's gonna go whether it wants to or not. So, boys and girls, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers, and we're not on our way to 10,000 subscribers because of the money. You make no money on YouTube, none whatsoever, unless you got like 1 million subscribers. My goal is to reach as many people as possible to help people better themselves today than they did yesterday and strive to be better tomorrow. That is my whole objective. So if I hit the subscribe count at 10,000, that means I've reached 10,000 people. I've been in education. I've been an instructor since 2000. I've been in the college system since 2008. I've taught at the college. I've taught all this at the college. Painting, I do everything except interior. And the only reason why I don't do interior because I don't buy the damn machines. I ain't got a room for them. So I've been an instructor all the way up to 2021. They dropped the program down from a degree to a diploma and a certificate. So the numbers went down, and then I just stayed at my shop because my son died, and this is where I'm at. And I'll give you one last thing. This one right here is a Sniper 2 Max system, which is a little bit more complicated than those out there. It's a little bit more intrigued, and it's a little bit more finicky. But now I know how it works, and I could do those all day, every day too. So it comes with the same handheld, but it's called a Terminator Max. And it has actually a PCM computer, which is pretty big. It's probably the size of a notebook, and it's underneath. And this one is very tunable, meaning you can hook a laptop up to it and really change some shit around it. The other ones, you can only adjust so much. Carolina Big, they supposed to be sending me a new box, a new computer. They're supposed to be sending me a new control hub. It's supposed to be here anytime. So once I get a new control hub, then I'm hoping I'll be back up and running. So this thing right here has been a damn nightmare for two. So it's been a nightmare too. So hold on a second. What happened? Thanks again for the motivation to clean up my body. Hey, man, I hope your shoulder does good, Z-Man. I hope your shoulder does good. I hope your shoulder gets better. Rick, I got a 72 Skylark. Hey, Elko, where you at, Elko? There's Elko. Elko's the El Camino man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Like I said, it's 11 o'clock now. I've went over 72 minutes. I appreciate everybody tapping in. I'm going to try to do some cleaning. I'm going to flush this radiator out. And once everything checks out, and I don't want to go live and then something happens and then I gotta keep focus on you guys and not disrespect you guys and waste y'all's time and try to figure out what's going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flush the radiator out. I'm gonna check everything. I'm gonna put some more fuel in it, and then I'm gonna drive it up the road for 1/8 of a mile, come back. I'm gonna do a system check everything, make sure everything's good to go. Then I'm gonna drive it again for 1/8 of a mile. Then I come back. I don't know how good my service will be, so I'll probably just do a video But we'll try to go live. If I can go live and keep a signal, we'll go signal. But if it starts buffing and shit, I'll drop it. And then I'll just do a regular video and we'll drop it. But my plan is to get this thing back to this guy today and clean up the shop, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. Remember when I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own place. I bit my damn lip. Remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace on the chin, grace, and out.